So I was here talking about SAMHE, which is an initiative and stands for Schools Air Quality Monitoring for Health and Education. It has a number of facets, but really I think of it as having sort of two main prongs. One is to establish a large-scale, longitudinal data set of air quality in UK classrooms. And the other is to raise awareness about air quality and empower pupils and teachers to really see the air quality in their own schools. As part of SAMHE, we interested school staff registered, and then we sent them a monitor which they connected up to the Wi-Fi. And then they and as many other teachers and pupils in the school could set up an account on the SAMHE web app. And from then on, they could see all of their data in real time, lots of different graphical interfaces. And then they have a lot of activities which are linked to sort of some of them air quality in the broadest sense, like encouraging creative writing through them writing to their local MP about air quality, right through to activities that lead them through understanding their air quality data that they're gathering. And all the time this is going on, their monitor's sending the data to us for analysis. So we gather about 100,000 schools' data days every year, and each data day is a school day's worth of 1 minutely measurements of metrics like carbon dioxide and particulate matter 2.5. And so my talk really focused on some early stage analysis of that data, and some of the key findings, not unsurprisingly because we're so reliant on natural ventilation, our UK classrooms are very exposed to outdoor temperature. So when it's warm, nearly all of them adhere to ventilation rates recommended in BB 101. But as it gets cold, a significant fraction, about 20% of them, fail to adhere to that guidance. And then we're able to translate those measurements of carbon dioxide into direct estimates of per person ventilation rate. And that gives estimates on average of about 5 litres per person per second over the period that we evaluated, and that dropped to about 3.5 litres per second per person during cold weather. Even when the schools were adhering to guidance, the ventilation rates that the pupils and teachers were receiving was quite low. And that gives us a real evidence that we need to think about the way we ventilate our schools. We know that poor air quality in classrooms leads to poorer cognitive performance, increases the risk of the spread of infectious disease, and may well be associated to a host of other negative factors that, as evidence comes to light, we will become more aware of. For example, we know very little about the links between indoor air quality and mental health. And mental health, particularly post-pandemic, is a real focus for young people. Yes, yeah, it has. I mean, I was inexperienced in citizen science, and I certainly still don't regard myself as a citizen scientist by any means. It certainly opened my eyes to the challenges of this approach. It's not simple. It really needs skill and considered knowledge and application, but it's extremely powerful. That second prong that I started talking about, raising awareness amongst pupils and staff, it would be impossible without having a citizen science approach to meaningfully do that. And what can be frustrating is that can be challenging to really measure in a very quantifiable way. You're having a positive impact, but you don't know, those changes might reap benefits for decades to come as young people grow up more aware of indoor air quality.